weekend. Ira Epstein of Linn & Associates with your weekend edition of your metals market wrap-up for this Friday, and we're now on the 22nd of May, 2020. As you know, on the weekend edition, I'll look at one monthly chart and then everything else is going to be weekly. We want to give you the biggest picture that we can one day a week. The interesting thing too, remember, we have Memorial Day weekend. It doesn't feel like it because we're all at home every day anyways, at least most of us in Illinois are. But that's going to change as time goes on, so let's hope that things get sort of back to normal, and let's hope that we don't see a ramp up in the COVID case. So let's go right to the charts rather than reviewing, because that's not what that's about. Let's do the charts. You're having, as you keep hitting the black dashed line, which is called a Bollinger Band, the market gets to it, gets thrown back. That's exactly what should be happening. Only 5% of the time will a market stay over the black line on a daily chart, weekly, monthly. Same thing. The concept is the same. It doesn't matter. Throw the name off of it. Is anything changed on the chart? Well, you know, we had this one big break low, 14.99. Remember, this is a monthly chart. And then you just got up this week to as high as 1775.80, and now you're getting a bit of a reversal. When we come to a weekly area chart of just closes, we were down $20 for the week. The market still at 1735.50, just under that previous high close, but in that general area. When you take a look at a weekly bar chart, you see that the market's been trying to carve out higher highs, and it doesn't run when it's doing it. So if you think you got to run into gold to get involved, so far that has not been the case. After each high, you've, in quick order, gotten something of a correction. What's the overall pattern? Well, on the weekly chart, the swing line has got a pattern of higher lows, higher highs. So until and unless 1683 is taken out, the trend of this market looks bullish. When we look at the bias, and bias, by the way, how I teach it, is you look at the 18-week moving average of closes. We'll call that the line in the sand. When the market is over it on a closing basis, you have upside bias, which activates other indicators on your chart. That's how I view it. When you're under it, you have a bearish bias. So the bias, bullish. The upper Bollinger Band, you did not hit this past area here. You stopped hitting it at the beginning of April, and you're still in pretty good shape, though, on the charts. And momentum is still pointing up. So overall, bias up, momentum up, swing line up. The gold-silver ratio made a major top at 120.22. It's already down to 98.25. So on the weekly chart, this market, I've left it there just so you could see it. Now I've got to start drawing it all the way to these lower numbers. And on silver, you can see how the chart action has been. Higher lows, higher highs. We're nowhere near the upper Bollinger Band, so there's room to run in that chart. In the copper market, the first challenge of the 18-week moving average of closes right here has been a problem for the market. If we come back, you can see this is how you looked last week. You got to, what was it, 242.75, just missed it right here at 244.34. You hit it this week and you fell back against it. That is typical. Remember, that line's the line in the sand, so the market's testing it out, trying to figure out what to do. Now, at the end of the week, we still finished up 75, what is that, 7.5 cents. So that's a pretty good rally that this market has had, any way you want to look at it. And it gave back a chunk on Friday because we don't know what's going to happen now that China has decided to exert more pressure on Hong Kong by putting in its security agencies there and trying to bring the country more to the mainland way. It did not work when they wanted to move the citizens of Hong Kong to be tried in the mainland. This isn't going to be taken well either. So look for the protests to start picking up. Remember what went on? It occupied all the newsways for what, 3-4 weeks last time. Platinum market, what a ripping market. As soon as they opened the auto plants, this market just caught on fire. And this week you were up $69. That's a big number. The dollar index has fallen back, and it made a peak up here, and each one of the rally highs has been a lower high, and it's had lower lows. It's just honing in on the 18-week average and sitting there. So it's looking for the next play. And while the swing line trend is down, as long as the settlements are over the 18-week, the bias is up, and you almost see this reflected in the slow stochastics, which are just going sideways. Now, as most of you know, and we pick up new subscribers all the time, my job in the morning, and I'm talking 4:30 to 5:30, I'm reading and then I'm bringing to you everything. I'm telling you the news of the day, giving you my trade ideas in a video that I record about 5:40 or so in the morning, and that's AM Central Time, well before the markets open. The reason is to give you a feel as to what the futures are doing, and for those of you that trade spiders and ETFs, it goes hand in hand with that particular video, because you get to see, hey, if the futures are doing that, you have an idea what these ETFs that are tied to these indices are going to do. And I cover this whole array of things. Now, obviously the energies are large in both markets. Obviously the stock indices, the currency markets are. But to find out more, all you've got to do is go to our website, because I think you'll find it interesting. You also get our handheld application so you can view the videos on it. You can go to our website, view the videos, you get the daily numbers. There's an awful lot of information. How do you get this? Go to our website. It's all explained under the word research. Take a look right there. I think you'll find it interesting. You can click here if that's easier for you. Take you right to that page as well. I'm Ira. Have a great Memorial Day weekend. I'll see you Tuesday afternoon.